Welcome back to the County Line. I'm Adam Plyler. This time we'll take a look at the Republican candidate for Lawrence County District Attorney, George Freed. George, thanks for coming on today.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Now tell the viewers a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've lifetime county resident. Age 23, I got on the Newcastle Police Department. While I was on the police department, I finished my bachelor's degree, earned a master's degree in public administration at Pitt, and got my. Once I got off the department, I went to law school. While I was on the department, I was lucky because I was able to work many different things. I worked canine, patrol, narcotics. I ended my career in charge of the investigative unit. While I was on the police department, I was able to attend the FBI National Academy, which is called the finishing school for police officers. Once I was injured, so I had to get off the department. I worked at Indiana University. I was assistant director of police training. We actually delivered municipal police training to several satellite academies as well as full-time academies. I was in charge of scheduling and delivering the content of the training. From there, I went to law school and I started my own business. I had a security service where we provided security to commercial contracts from Lawrence County all the way out to Harrisburg. When I finished law school, I taught in China for a year. I taught management courses. And then since 1995, I've had a law practice in Lawrence County, a full service. I was 2 years, I was an assistant district attorney, and I've also been a contract defense attorney for indigent people in Lawrence County.
Tell us about your campaign for district attorney. What is your plan, sort of say, for Lawrence County?
The first thing that needs addressed at the district attorney's office is the office needs to be able to get the cases to trial on time. I mean, there's been a lot of publicity about Rule 600 and the cases that have been lost. I have several different ideas that I want to implement, but before we do that, we're going to talk to the president judge, of course, and get his approval, because the president judge basically is in charge of the court system and the county. But our goal will be to get the cases there on time, get them tried if necessary, or get them taken care of. Because of my background as a police investigator, we're going to work with the police departments to make sure that the cases at the entry are well investigated. You make your case, then you make your arrest. You don't make your arrest and then try to make a case. We're going to make sure that those cases are well investigated. We will have, and there's a budget crunch right now, and if I can't have staff, it will be me. Any major case that occurs in Lawrence County, I will be available to make sure the scene is handled properly. I taught crime scene investigation. I taught evidence collection. Part of my materials was used when they standardized the Act 120 training on evidence collection. That's one of the areas I'm strong in. We're going to make sure those things happen correctly. Once we accomplish that, we're going to partner with anybody who's willing to partner with us. School boards, churches, after-school programs, nonprofits, because we want a prevention intervention program with the youth. We want to, if we can stop a young person from committing a crime, that's better than convicting them, and it saves the taxpayer a lot of money too. And we're going to be available for those programs. And as I said, I work within systems. That's been one of my strong suits. I work within the police department. I was able to get much training more than a lot of people. I work within the system. I'll work within the Lawrence County system to improve it to the best of my ability. And we will be definitely accessible, and that's my step plan.
Now for the big question, George. The marquee case in Lawrence County right now is the Jordan Braun case. If elected, how would you go about handling that?
I will handle that case the same as any other case. That's a case with a juvenile who's charged with murder. When a person is charged with murder, he must be charged as an adult. You have to understand your own legal system. The moving party always has the burden. In every crime that's charged, the Commonwealth charges you, the Commonwealth or the District Attorney's office, because the District Attorney is the highest law enforcement officer in the county. It's the burden of the district attorney's office to present that case and prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. If you're charged as a juvenile and you're over 14 and you've committed certain crimes by statute, you're automatically charged as an adult. The juvenile or child can then petition the court to have the case transferred from adult criminal proceedings back to the juvenile court. The juvenile system is not to punish, it's rehabilitative. If you're juvenile, there's not a complaint filed against you, or it's a petition. And instead of having your name, like Commonwealth versus, it would say filed in the interest of, because it's in your best interest, supposedly. When that occurs, the juvenile, through his counsel, has the burden of proving to the court by a preponderance of evidence that he's amenable to treatment, and there are several factors that the court has to consider, and I'm sure there'll be expert testimony. And then it'll be the court determination as to whether Jordan Braun or any other juvenile similarly situated is going to be tried as an adult or tried as a juvenile. And that's how every case has to be handled. And it's interesting because if you know the standards of proof beyond a reasonable doubt, the way to look at it would be on a football field, you get the ball down to your opponent's 20. A preponderance of evidence would be he has to cross the 50. So his attorneys, through counsel, he has to prove that he's suitable for transfer by a preponderance of evidence.
And it says here you were assistant district attorney for 2 years. How does that help you if elected for the district attorney spot?
Well, it's just hands-on experience. I mean, I believe I did 24 jury trials in 2 years. I've picked juries in Lawrence County. I know how to pick a jury, and that's a big important factor when you go to trial. We know how to prepare our witnesses. We prepare our witnesses thoroughly. It's just been hands-on experience, and I was very successful when I did trials. In that 2 years experience, in that 2 years, we did not only trials. I had the famous hamster case, the summary appeal. Okay, so I know the system from top to bottom, and I did an arson case. We did a attempted homicide case. We did aggravated assaults. And we did there was hamsters for the Humane Society that were left in an old pet store. So we've run the gamut, and we have a lot of experience there.